Happy Wednesday, and my God, what a beautiful Wednesday it is. It is 73 degrees. We have that again, Southern California skies, and it's just freaking beautiful out here. I got to meet a Craigslist guy in Hudson. Hopefully he shows up and buys my Apple keyboard and mouse, get some monies, come back here. I'm going to blow all the leaves on the driveway into the yard and then cut the grass and mow the leaves up today. So that's the plan. Welcome to Wednesday.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
Now let's talk a little bit about the election results from yesterday. So just Ohio, I don't know what kind of election you call it, but it was just on a couple key issues and clerk of court and all that crap, school board and all whatever. The three key issues were 1, 2, and 3. 1 was about gerrymandering, how parties draw districts to include certain areas so they have favor instead of just squares. They'll have one, for instance, that went from Toledo to Columbus. That's about a 200-mile long district that was about this wide. That's bullshit. So they can just, you know, get their way with stuff. I voted that. I voted yes, meaning cancel gerrymandering or abolish gerrymandering or whatever, and that did win. So I think that's progressive. Issue 2 was about monopolies. Really regarding issue 3. Issue 3 is the big one. I just found a light bulb, which I would have stepped on or mowed over. It goes from one of these lights. The wind was so strong it blew the cover off the light. There it is. It's missing its bulb. So marijuana would be legalized if issue 3 passed. For recreation and medical use. They put them together in Ohio. It would be grown, actually a growing site in Hudson. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Marijuana is a drug. While it may not technically be addictive, I firmly believe that it can be addictive to certain people, and definitely is or can be a gateway drug. So I voted that down, not supporting the legalization, and then amazingly it did not win. I think 35% of people or 32% of people supported it and the rest did not. So thank God we aren't legalizing drugs in this state. Issue 2 was about monopolies. If issue 3 about weed had passed, then one huge company would have run the whole thing. It would have been a problem. There were actually going to be more dispensing sites, places where you could go and buy it, than all the McDonald's and Starbucks combined in this state. So it would become something that multiple little places in every town where you can go and buy marijuana, and that is just horse shit. So everything, the way I voted on everything is the way it went. Thankfully, I don't know even about clerk of court. I don't really care, judge, that stuff. So that's good. Ohio still has some brains. It's a little windier today than yesterday. Some of these tulip leaves are coming down, so I guess I'm going to blow the back off before I mow. That'll just be easier to not have to suck all these up and go over it twice. Blow off the patio. It should look pretty good by the end of the day. Cavs game tonight. Cavs versus New York Knicks, I want to say. J.R. Smith and Shumpert both came from the Knicks last season. We did a trade. Shumpert's out with a wrist injury. He should be back around the first of the year, I think, or maybe hopefully December. And then J.R. Smith had a bone contusion or something in the first quarter of Monday night's game, so he's out for like 1 or 2 games or something like that. So he'll unfortunately get to miss playing his old team, but everybody else looks pretty good. Kyrie Irving isn't back yet, but LeBron and Kevin look phenomenal this season. Dellavedova's worked on his shot. Thompson's great with the rebounds as usual. It's a strong team and a good start. And we'll see. I think we've got 2 or 3 home games in a row now. If we can establish an early winning streak, that would be phenomenal. Battery light's flashing. I'm going to swap out the battery. I need to get the keyboard and mouse. I don't have their boxes anymore. I threw them away about 2 years ago. I never thought I'd sell it. Figured I would just use it until I got rid of it. But I sold my monitor last year. I don't really use this as a desk anymore. I have a laptop that never really gets used in here that much unless I'm backing up to the hard drive. So I guess I'll just put these in a plastic bag in a box, and they don't have batteries in them. Maybe I'll throw some batteries in them if I find them. We'll get rid of those here at 1 o'clock in 45 minutes. Okay, I found some batteries, put them in there. We are ready to head out. I was just looking at the weather. It's going to rain Friday. Today's still perfect. Tomorrow's nice and warm, 73, but partly cloudy. That's fine. A little bit of rain Friday, that's fine. And then we look like we're going to be in the 50s. That's no problem. I stored this car last year, I think, either on November 7th or November 11th, just after the first week or in the first week of November. And I remember the weekend after, it was like 45 and sunny and dry, and I was kicking myself because I could have driven it a few more times. But But this year, if things keep like this a little longer, it could be a week to 2 to 3 weeks later than that, which would be great. So I'm gonna head into town, sell my shit, maybe stop over at Lyric and see what's going on with the engine. Last I heard, they're still trying to source quotes on honing the block with whatever that coating is. I doubt the engine's moved an inch since I've seen it. Knowing now that they have the whole winter, they don't have a fire under them, so I'm gonna go and see if I can incite a little bit of progress. How fitting is that? Just as I'm on my way to sell the keyboard, I get a text from somebody wondering if the keyboard is still available. And I hadn't heard anything until a few days ago when the original guy texted me. Typical, but I guess I have a fallback now if this guy doesn't show, although he did say he's on his way from Kleberg. Ah, son of a bitch! It's 70 degrees. I don't wanna look at freaking, can you see it? Oh, hell. I don't know about that. Job was a success. Guy had a MacBook Air and wanted a keyboard and mouse for it, so they're gone. Money's in the pocket. Oh yeah. So I stopped into Lyric, talked to Tom for a couple minutes. He's got a machine shop in Cleveland area that is gonna do the bottom end work. So they're gonna get the engine, I guess. I don't know how the transport's gonna work, but they're gonna put the rod bearings in. They're not gonna hone the cylinder walls. They're gonna clean them somehow, polish them, clean them up, not hone them out, no sleeve. And they're gonna do the ring. So they're gonna have like the block part done. Lyric's gonna do everything else. They are being so helpful with me. They're gonna do the labor on the diff for free. While they have that down, they're gonna replace both parking brake Bowden cables for free. They're gonna put pulleys on the front of the engine. He said they're not bad and he wouldn't recommend replacing them if the engine were in the car. But since it's out, they're just gonna replace their tensioners, I guess. Those things I was spinning in the vlog from last time. All new sensors, all new rubbers. It's gonna come together so well. And they're gonna aim to start right after Thanksgiving. So, friggin' rights. All right, I'm on those roads now. Call it the Valley. It's in the Ohio Valley that the glaciers cut out many, many years ago. Have not been on these roads since the day I took Michael to the airport after the San Diego-San Francisco trip. We came through here in the M5 right before I took him to the airport, like a half hour before I took him to the airport. And I totally missed fall. The weather, yeah, it was great weather, but I was out mowing and blowing the whole time, so I wasn't able to get back here. But this is probably the last drive back here this year. And it's 78 degrees on November 4th. That was cool. I don't know what it was, but that was really cool. There's also a midget back there. Damn it. F-150s don't handle too well, apparently. Hey, Penske truck! The Ohio Turnpike. So I watched the Cavaliers game, Cavs versus Knicks. Another slow start, similar to the Philadelphia game. Down first quarter, down at the end of the half. Maybe tied at third quarter. and then came ahead and won by 10. So Cavs are 4-1, only losing their first opener against the Chicago Bulls. So that's good news. Now bored enough to be on ESPN watching the Clippers and Warriors game. I believe both teams, I know the Warriors are, undefeated so far this season. And both teams here putting on an incredible performance with Chris Paul, Steph Curry. Steph Curry is, in my opinion, without a doubt the best player the NBA has ever seen, or the best shooter at least. And my God, he's just insane. He had 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes, so they had to sit him for the end of the first quarter. But he's hit a ton of threes today. That's his specialty. Seems like the further he is away from the bucket, the better he has luck getting it in. But I'm rooting for the Clippers here. Warriors are not really well liked in northeastern Ohio. And there we go. So hopefully the Clippers can pull a win here. So they're in the third quarter, probably about half through. If we get a little thing here. They're in the fourth quarter. 10.5 minutes left in the fourth and up 3. So we'll see. But filmed an E39 source video today on the M5 talking about engine stuff. Did I mention? I think I did talk about today how they're not going to hone the block and they're still waiting on a quote. Hopefully we'll have something Friday, but they're going to work on it. They aim to start the week of or after Thanksgiving. So that's fine. I just want to make sure they're making some progress on it. Took a little drive through the valley, came back here, blew all the leaves into the grass, mowed the leaves up, and what the hell else did I do? I did a bunch of like defrag administrative stuff around the house today. It's come to my attention that E39 Source has not uploaded a video in about 3 weeks. Totally unacceptable. I've been far too busy with dealing with the grandparents. My dad was in town. School stuff took off there for a while. Just didn't have time, and we didn't have any submissions in that time from third-party users. So I did a video today on the M5 and plans and expectations with that. I'll upload that later this week, and Bobby put together an update on the 25i, which I should be able to, it's edited and exported, so I'll just upload that tonight. We'll schedule it for publication tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to head in, do 2 classes, lunch with Joe, calculus, normal Thursday. It's supposed to be cloudy now tomorrow, so that sucks, but still warm, 74, no complaints. Today was perfect. I had to run downtown and drop a check off for my sister who was getting a haircut and didn't have any money. And I was out, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock, it was dark as pitch, it was 70 degrees. Everybody was out in Hudson having dinner, walking around downtown, kids playing frisbee in the lawn. It was great, it felt like summer, and that's unheard of here in November. 10 minutes left, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this game, head to bed. Clippers up 2. Golden State will probably just put Steph Curry and I'll hit 15 or 40 more 3 points and it'll be done. But we shall see. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Good night.